Hey, what's up, sports bettors? So probably will go live a few times today. Let me actually pull up my sheet with my profit and my loss. Again, there's a pinned tweet on Twitter, and then in YouTube, it's on the description. But we have all bets placed live on these live streams. If you would have tailed everything, you'd be up 4.9K. 4.9K, just good bets, mathematically profitable bets. We already have some for the Super Bowl. Freaking Joe Burrow, over 2.5 rush attempts. So we already got some open bets for today. We got the Coyotes money line. We got, some tennis guy. We got Bruins minus 1.5. All bets from the Plus EV page. Here we see the first bet I'm going to hit. Freaking 22 cents a market with, right? This is an ARB, right? So you pull up this arbitrage calculator. Evansville is playing Indiana State. These are equal and opposite outcomes. If you were to place a bet on both sides of this market, you would earn a risk-free profit, right? When there's risk-free profit, you know that there has to be a good bet. So what we're going to do is we're going to bet on Evansville. Let's go here, plus 10. Let's freaking go. Let's go Evansville. So we'll hit this bet. I want to add it to my bet tracker, right? And then we can get the EV percentage, right? So the sharpest sports book in the world, Pinnacle, they're all the way down at minus 133. We're getting minus 110, insane value, and I hit it. So we have this Evansville. The market was minus 133, plus 111, right? So this was Pinnacle's market, minus 133 for Evansville, plus 10, and Indiana State minus 10. The other side of the market was plus 111. So we know the way that sportsbooks make money, right, is they charge the VIG, they charge the juice. So we have Evansville plus 10. We got this minus 110 odds on Caesars. We hit it. And the fair win rate, right, using the most important calculator on OddsJam, a no VIG fair odds calculator, is 54.64%. So the true line, the true odds, the actual fair price, right, is minus 120.44. And we got, minus 110 on Caesars. So let me add that to my bet tracker. So this is our win rate. So then we can take that, we can put that into an expected value calculator. We got minus 110, $100, 4.31% EV. So we can go here and I can add it to my bet tracker very quickly. So we'll go here, we'll go to point spread, and then we'll go to this plus 10, which looks like it just keeps getting better. I mean, right? You can see most sports books have the spread at like 9 or something. We're picking up an extra point in college basketball, which is huge. So we're going to add this to our bet tracker. And now it's even better, right? Minus 143 plus 119. So absolutely insane bet right here. Right? Indiana or Evansville plus 10. So let me stop sharing my screen, log into one more sports book. Let's get some promos going. And yeah, we can see if there's any good promos today. I'm not really sure, but we'll see, right? Okay. Share my screen. Let's go to frickin' DraftKings. I'm pretty sure we've discussed some of these. I got up the 5 sports books I use. I'm not even in a good sports betting state. Limited by most of these sports books. Still up 5K, 2.5 weeks. So in Arizona, bet on same game parlays. You get a frickin' what do you get? Bet on same game parlays and you get 2 free tickets to the Suns Pelicans game. I guess that's cool. College basketball parlay insurance. So if you're new to sports betting, really recommend the blog, the Getting Started Guide. Like, we have an article on this parlay insurance, and it's profitable. So you can see February 8th through February 9th, place a 4-leg parlay on any NCAA basketball games, and you will get so here on the blog, really anything you want to learn about. You want to learn about promos. You want to learn about parlay insurance. You want to learn about DraftKings. You want to learn about positive EV. You want to learn why you should be tracking all of your bets in the free OddsJam bet tracker. Learn about CLV, closing line value. Again, the OddsJam bet tracker is really cool, and it's a free feature of OddsJam that just essentially shows you, right? So I guess I added this to my bet tracker twice. If you're beating the closing line, right? This is the most important thing that you can do as a sports bettor, is consistently beat the closing line, right? You just want to see more green than red on your bet tracker. You're not always going to be able to beat the closing line, but if you're consistently able to do it, right, that's how you make big bucks sports betting. So, this didn't beat the closing line, but you can see overall my bet tracker is pretty dang green, right? And I just want to see more green than red. I want to beat the closing line more often than not. Al Horford over 1.5 threes. Do I want to dabble before we talk about this promo? I mean, yeah, I'll dabble. I mean, you can see, like, granted, pretty high market width, right? Over 75 cents of market width, right? Frickin' 77 cents a market width, but this is almost an arb to DraftKings, right? Just looking at the market, plus 230 just seems like insane odds, right? The market on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, they're only giving you plus 176, right? We're getting, where are you? Here we go. 2+ made threes. We're actually getting plus 235, which is even better. It looks like it just moved up slightly. And FanDuel's going to be like, yo, you get 5105. So, okay. We have our second bet, Horford over 1.5, made threes, which is the same as 2+ made threes. We got this plus 235. So this bet had 4.1% edge, which means, this is our profit margin, right? This is the profit margin of the bet, 4%. Just from this plus EV page, like the profit margin of this bet we just hit is 10.81%. So you bet $100. You have 1081 in expected profit. That is the profit margin of your bet in dollars. So you just see this 10.81%. You scroll over and you're like, yeah, that plus 230, that's what I want to bet. And that's what you bet, right? This is the sharp bet, the mathematically profitable bet. Horford over 1.5 threes, right? The market on Pinnacle, and they make money by charging the vig or the juice, was plus 176 minus 253. So you can get over 1.5 threes plus 176, betting 100 to win 176, or you can bet 253 to win 100 on under 1.5 threes, right? Minus 253 on the under. So this is the market on Pinnacle, right? So they don't charge you a fee for placing a bet, right? They don't charge you a fee. What all sportsbooks do, right, is they charge the vig, they charge the juice. So what you need to do to back out the true odds or the true price when you're betting mathematically is use a zero vig odds calculator to remove the vig from a market, right? And find a fair line, a fair price, fair odds, true odds, no vig odds, no juice odds, right? You remove the vig and you get your estimate of the fair line, which is 197.81. And we got this freaking plus 235, right? So absolutely insane. Granted, FanDuel was like, yo, you've made too much money off us. We'll only give you 5105. But that is what it is, right? That's why it's so important to have multiple sports books. If you're on YouTube, you can go to the description. We have a bunch of sign-up links for a bunch of sports books. You need to get more sports books, right? More sports books is more outs as a sports bettor. And all these sports books have different odds, so you need more, right? So long story short, the sharpest sportsbook in the world is giving you plus 176 on Horford over 1.5 threes, which means once you remove the juice from this market of equal and opposite outcomes, the fair line, right, the zero vig line, is plus 197.81. That is the fair or true price, and we're getting above that plus 235. So this is a positive EV bet, right? We're getting odds above the true price. So our bet has a win rate of 33.58%. So we'll go here to the second most important calculator, an EV calculator. So we bet this at plus 235. Our bet has a win rate of 33.58%, right? So on $100, the profit margin would be $12.49. So $12.49 in EV, right? So hedge fund Alex, second mathematically profitable bet placed during this live stream. Now we have two bets placed, one college basketball, one NBA prop bet, both mathematically profitable. Both of them were getting odds that are in our favor as a sports bettor, right? OddsJam is constantly scanning the frickin' sports betting markets for you to try to find you, good betting opportunities, right? Like all this, all, the spreads, all the player props, OddsJam's constantly searching them, trying to find the few hints of gold of actually mathematically profitable bets like this one, right? That we just bet. In this bet, I mean, right, insane, minus 110. I mean, you should bet that. So that's pretty cool. I mean, like what? Anyways, so we want to add this to our bet tracker. Okay, 5105. And hopefully you were able to tail this bet because it's really good. Freaking insane. What is going on? So we can go back here. Maybe I have a free bet. I don't have enough for a free bet yet. So FanDuel has this college basketball parlay insurance, which again, we have a blog. You can read through the blog. This bet keeps getting better, right? Pinnacle's market was initially plus 176. They just took it down to plus 173. So seems like some sharp action is coming in on Horford made threes, I guess. I don't know. Like this sports betting market, it's very dynamic, right? Players are constantly getting injured. Sharp action is coming in. Weather's changing, right? All these reasons, these odds are constantly ticking around, which is why it's impossible to find good bets manually because everyone else has software, right? These odds are always moving. All these freaking prop odds are always ticking around, and OddsJam is hunting everything in real time for you, trying to find you some of the few spots of gold that are mathematically profitable bets, such as Robert Williams under 9.5 rebounds, 8.6% EV. So we'll go here, and then we'll go to the Nets Celtics game. And we'll go to Robert Williams rebounds under 9.5. Under 9.5. And it looks like it moved down a bit to minus 110, which still looks a little good. And I'm already here, right? The sharpest sportsbook in the world has it minus 146, plus 109, right? That's their market right here, plus 109, minus 146 on the under. So if we go to a zero vig odds calculator, they had plus 109 on the over, minus 146 on the under. So the true line is minus 124. We were about to get minus 110, but I was talking. This is what I mean about odds moving. You can see this is now down to minus 120. So we're going to hold off because it's not as much EV. Minus 120 still seems a little good, but we didn't get our bet down in time. So continue to look around. Over 151 points in Kent State Bowling Green. I forget if I already bet something on this game yesterday, but you can see, again, the general premise is here we have an ARB, right? Where are you? We have an ARB between Twin Spires and there are a lot of ARBs out there. So we have an ARB between, WinBet and Twin Spires. WinBet's also an ARB to Pinnacle. So that gives us a lot of confidence, right? That, hey, this is a really good bet, right? I mean, it just seems like every sports book is in disagreement. And again, if we had both these accounts, Twin Spires and WinBet, like I do, you could place a bet on both books, earn a risk-free profit. And I'm only in a state that has a few sports books. So we can go here, and you can see this already moved up to over 152. You got to be quick, right? You got to stop blabbing like I do. Capitals -2 seems pretty good. So that's pretty cool. You can set up all your email alerts, stuff like that in OddsJam. But again, in my opinion, the coolest feature is really just the bet tracker. So we can go in here. Where are you, Luca? Luca over 2.5. Maybe this minus 113 seems like it has some value, right? It's literally an ARB to Pinnacle. It's an ARB to DraftKings. It's an ARB to Caesars. Luca under 2.5 made threes. So that's pretty cool. Jalen Brunson, some more bets on Twin Spires. Lots of stuff out there. Starting to get overwhelmed. I hate when I get overwhelmed. But you can see a lot of good bets. But anyways, getting overwhelmed. Already placed 2 bets in Hedge Fund Alex. Bunch of mathematically profitable bets placed for today. That's our goal. All our bets are from the OddsJam plus EV page with a positive profit margin, right? So you see this 13.73%. You better bet it. You just scroll along. You're like, what is this bet? And it's this bet, right? The one with value to the odds on the sharpest sportsbook in the world, which is only giving you plus 173 on Horford over 1.5 threes. We're getting freaking plus 235. Let's go. So that's pretty cool. We can see if there's any Super Bowl bets. I've already bet a lot of Super Bowl bets, so that's pretty cool. What am I trying to say? Oh, I wanted to do this promo. So FanDuel has this college basketball parlay insurance, right? And again, just go to the blog. You can read about this promo. We have a lot of information on promos. Risk-free Super Bowl same game parlay. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll opt in. Risk-free. Okay. I can dabble with that. So we'll go to the Super Bowl. Do they have a boost on the Super Bowl yet? Nope, but they have some college basketball boosts. So we'll go here. We'll go to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's literally risk-free. You lose, you get your money back, right? Another reason to have multiple sports books. Again, on YouTube, you can kind of like see the description. But what we can do is we can just like go to the Bengals game and we can try to, see if we can find any value out there. So we'll go into the Bengals game, right? Just mathematical sports betting, right? Trusting the data. The people who make money sports betting are not the freaking squares, right? Who, are like watching sports all day or like, whatever. It's the people who follow the data and find value in the odds. I'm just looking for good prices, under 2.5 first half total touchdowns. I mean, whatever, right? If you really want to optimize, it's only a $5 risk-free bet. But you can use OddsJam and just try to find, a bunch of good lines on FanDuel, like maybe Rams minus 0.5 first quarter point spread has some value, plus 112. I mean, whatever, right? Like, or you can just do what I'm about to do and just be like, F it, I don't really care, because it's $5. And then we can go to football, we can go to Super Bowl, we can go to touchdown scores, and we can just do a little bit of line shopping. DraftKings is giving you plus 500 on Cup, so it doesn't really feel good to include plus 490. Joe Mixon, Cam Akers, no. What are they giving you on Jamar Chase? They're both giving you plus 800. Odell Beckham, they're both plus 1,200. Maybe we'll go with T. Higgins. I mean, screw it. And then we'll go to last touchdown score. No, I'm not going to do last touchdown score, but what we can do is we can go back to OddsJam and we can be like, okay, like, what else you got for me, baby? And we can see what is good on FanDuel, right? So it looks like most sports books have Akers at, 63 half rushing yards. You can get the under 65.5 on FanDuel. Maybe that's a little good. Don't know. Joe Burrow under 12.5 rushing yards. Stafford under 5.5 rushing yards. I don't really like that. I mean, you can kind of look around. You can determine for yourself. Plus 116 on this Perrine guy. So maybe let's bet that. And now we have a plus 10 show. Whoa. Betting $5 to win 513. Again, if my bet loses, freaking risk-free, right? I get my money back. I'm not super worried about it. But try to find some value on OddsJam. And we'll do the same thing for this college basketball parlay insurance, but then, you got to go back to the Plus EV page. The sports betting market is dynamic. You never know when the best bets are going to occur. You can see this Kent State game. I forget what I bet this at. I don't think it was on live stream. I don't really remember. I also have the over in the frickin' Fordham game, so that's pretty cool. Plus EV play from earlier. Luca under in threes. This was minus 113 earlier. Twin Spires moved its line down to minus 121. Maybe that's a little good, right? Just a page of mathematically profitable bets. Here's the highest profit margin, but again, 71 cents a market width here, 8.06% EV. You can kind of, whereas only 30 cents a market width here, so you're more confident in the bet, 5.41% EV. But really all that matters is you got to see green in your bet tracker. You got to be tracking your bets. You got to be consistently beating the closing line. But anyways, let's place this college basketball parlay real quick. I'll go to college basketball. Then we're just going to be like, okay, are there any good lines on FanDuel? Clemson minus 110. Let's include that. Maybe. So there's kind of a trade-off because you want your odds to be close to minus 200 to maximize the value of the promo. Villanova, I really like, minus 170. Let's freaking go. Villanova. And then we can continue scrolling, see if there's anything. And then I'll just kind of pick lines close to minus 200. Lots and lots of games today. Syracuse minus 194. Is that literally the worst price in the world? What we can do is just go here. You can type in Syracuse. Doesn't seem like a particularly great, price, but kind of in line with everything. I mean, you're getting better odds than the sharpest sportsbook in the world. So not terrible to include. Close to, whatever, minus 194 seems good enough. How about TCU minus 146? How about Michigan State minus 182? We can peek at that quickly. That doesn't feel particularly good, right? They're giving you worse odds than every sports book except Twin Spires. But, again, we're betting this for the promo, right? We're putting this together for the promo. And then I think Clemson had a halfway decent line. So this promo is profitable. Again, we have a blog post about it, so you can check that out. You could also use the plus EV page, right, to try to North Carolina sucks. I freaking had money on them against Duke. But you can use the plus EV page if you want to do some more research and really put something clever together. But again, this is a really good promo, and there's so many promos. You could literally sit here all day and freaking browse through them and bet them. So and a lot of them are really good. So, anyways. So we have a few bets placed, a few plus EV bets. Again, just track your bets using the bet tracker. Free bets you can convert into cash risk-free using the low holds page. And this is just good bets, right? This CJ Ellaby, 6.7% EV. FanDuel's going to limit me to freaking $40, but who cares, right? It's a mathematically profitable bet. I'm forming in Hedge Fund Alex a bunch of bets where there's value in the odds. I don't care about the player. I've never heard of this freaking guy's name. All I know is there's value on his over 1.5 assists, minus 105, because the sharpest sportsbook in the world is down at minus 141. In the sports betting math tells me, the profit margin of your bet is 6.7% using, the EV calculator or the Novig odds, right? So CJ Ellaby, minus 141 assists. So let's see if I can get this bet down. Am I on the right game? And you can see it already moved down to minus 138. So we missed that one. Is what it is. I'll be back on live later. Hopefully you were able to tail some of these bets and some of these promos. I'm literally up $5,000 in 2.5, whatever it is, weeks on live. So hopefully you make some money with me. ROI pretty good. EV 2K and EV. Just on live stream we're up 5K. Not particularly bad. So thanks so much for your time.